Hi everybody and welcome to Moments in YouTube. My name is Abel Bernardo and we are here broadcasting directly from the city of Chicago to all over the world. And today we have a special guest. His name is Hilario Rodríguez and he is a special effects designer.
How you doing, sir? Nice to meet you, man. Doing good. Enjoying a bright sunny day. Well, many years ago, when my kids were young, I used to I used to make their costume designs, and every time Halloween would come around, we would go instead of going to the Halloween stores and buying the costumes and stuff. I would tell them, "Well, show me what you want to be this year, and I'll make it for you." And they started going to school like this, and they would get a lot of people would get it, they would get a lot of attention from a lot of people, and then people started coming up to me, "Hey, can you make me this one? Okay, can you make me that?" And that's how it kept on going. And then I started going to the Comic-Con and the C2E2 conventions, and my kids and everybody had their costumes, and that's. And then one day, a producer and director approached me, and that's how it started right there. He asked me, "Hey, I want some costumes? Can you make them for me?" It's like, "Yeah, sure. Just tell me what you want," and that's how I've been doing it. That's 5 years ago.
Well, that's very interesting. Do you have any type of designs degree or fashion design degree, or did you go to art school?
I did go to art school. I did my art school. I think I passed the entire semester. I made a bet with my teacher, my professor, and I made a bet with him. I told him, "Hey, I could probably make you a comic. I'll write you a comic book, and I'll probably do it in about a week or so." And he goes, "If you can do a comic book, I'll pass you." So I had one semester of art school, and I passed it in about a week. Because I made a bet with a instructor, and so he passed me. But that's about it. I started drawing when I was a kid. I started playing around. I used to be a big fan of Tom Savini, Rick Baker, all them guys that make all these monsters. I was the kid that used to go to the 7-Eleven and buy the Fangoria magazines.
I think it's amazing, what you do. I think it's really interesting and very creative, and I congratulate you for what you do, because not too many people have this ability to produce and to make this type of effects, special effects designs that you do. I've been looking at some of the designs that we are going to show today on the screen, so people will be able to look at some of your designs that are amazing. Tell me a little bit about how do you inspire yourself when you have a movie? For example, the movie that we were in, the name was Night Hunt, directed by Ricardo Islas. What was your plan when you read the script and you knew that you had to design some of the costumes that you had to prepare for the movie?
Well, besides reading the script, my main concern is I might have one type of a certain type of vision, but I think my main concern was to be real connected to Ricardo, because I wanted to build the things in his visions. I'm whatever it is that I'm being hired to create is, I might have a certain vision, you might have a certain vision. Everybody's got a different vision of what they want. So when I was working with Ricardo, I would continually ask him, "Is this what you're looking for? Is this how you want it?" And I was continually, there was a lot of communication between me and the director. So it's or with any other director too. You know, it's every they have their vision, and my job is to fulfill their vision. So that's pretty much what keep how I play the game on that. Because even if I read the script, I might be reading it in a different way that I might misinterpret from what he wants. And the point is to do it to where the vision of the director.
I understand. Yes, no, obviously communication with the director is very important, not only for the actors and everybody that is on the set, but obviously now I am learning that it's very important for you to communicate with the director, because he, like you said, he will give you his perception or his idea of how he would like the character to look. Tell me about this particular movie, Night Hunt. Which one was the character that was more important for you in this particular movie? What piece of special effects was the one that maybe required more work, more dedication, and was more important, interesting for you, more creative, that you remember?
I think well, you know what, they're all equally important, because each and every single special effect that that I was in charge of, I mean that's that's my work, and I think they're all equally important. But I think the one that really, 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 really made me sweat that day was this one special effect where somebody gets their head broken right through the window, and I had to create the glass for that scene. And that was a very intense moment, because that was a one take shot. Because I had spent a couple of days trying to produce a piece of glass that's made for stunts, and it took me a couple of days to get it just right. So actually, it was just a piece of glass that actually made me sweat. I think that was the most tense and important part of the movie there for me, because if I wouldn't have gotten it right, the special effect wouldn't have worked.
So it was very intense. Obviously, you needed a lot of energy and focus, obviously, no, to do that.
Well, yeah, and then on top of it, it was cold and it was wet, and those two ingredients were just like straight up no-nos for this type of glass, because basically it's sugar glass. It can melt real easy, or it can just like not work. It can get real soft really bad. So it was that was a doozy. But yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic, Hilario. And tell me something. When you decide that you want to create, I don't know, an injury in the face of somebody, or some kind of special effect that resembles the reality, do you go and see, to a certain to take a look at the real thing? It means, let's say, how do you imagine a scar or a gash or something, that an injury on the face of somebody did? Do you take a look in online about different type of injuries, so you can resemble or you can do the same thing, or is everything in your imagination?
You know what? When it comes down to doing it depends on the injury, and but yeah, you do a lot of a lot of research, and for certain injuries, because obviously a knife attack looks way different than a bear attack, or let's say a lion bites you, or stuff like that, or a shark attack. They're all different. So you do your research and you try to mimic as best as you can, that injury on whichever person or character that they want the piece of art on there.
I see. I see. You could be a good consultant for the forensic files, because I can see that you know so much about this that these private investigators, when they go to the crime scene and they find evidence or people that they were injured or dead, obviously, you could be a consultant. They could ask you questions about it because I think you know a lot about the type of injuries and how the injuries maybe were caused by the murderer or whoever. And I think your information seems to be very useful. What do you think about that?
I don't know if I would actually be real good at forensics, but I do know that you do have to know your anatomy when it comes down to these special for any type of special effect that you do.
Did you study
you
anatomy?
Always do a lot of research.
Did you study anatomy, Hilario?
I did. Yes, sir. I did have some background in medical prior to this.
Oh.
Yeah. I do have some nursing degree, so we did a little bit of that, but believe it or not, I actually study more anatomy now doing the special effects than than when I did in nursing school.
I see. Tell me about your field as a special effects designer. Is it a competitive field? Are there many special effects designers around the world, or this is a type of job that there is still room for more special effects designers?
You know what? The type of special effects that I like to do are what we call practical special effects, because there's very minimal computer usage, because a lot of your special effects designers, they use a lot of computer graphics and stuff like that. And mine is what the stuff that I do is considered to be like old school special effects.
I see.
And there's not too out here in Chicago. I haven't really met too many, if any, guys that do it like practical special effects.
So
they're out there. There is people out there.
Yeah.
But very few.
So you're the real artist, the hands-on artist that takes the material, paints, makes the shape of the whatever it has to be done. You are like Leonardo da Vinci, the Leonardo da Vinci of the special effects.
No, I still got a long ways to go before I get to that point. There's some other artists that I know that create stuff like from the bottom up, and oh my God, they're 10 times better than I do. So I still got a lot to go. This is a profession or an art that just you always keep on learning different tricks.
Well, I know you are very humble, Hilario, but I know you are one of the best in Chicago. Tell me about the films that you have been involved besides this movie that I had the opportunity to be an actor for, Ricardo Islas. I would like to know, have you been involved in different films or TV series where special effects was required?
You know what? I've done quite a few other special effects, but like most of them are mostly indie films. Mm-hmm. That's been where the majority of my time has been spent. Because I do a lot of special effects for a lot of people who with indie projects that really don't their budgets are not,
Mm-hmm.
not very, they can't spend that much money, or they're paying out of pocket. So I try to cater to those kind of people a lot. um it'd be nice to one day actually be on a actual big time set. So
Oh, well, I think nothing is impossible, and especially um, many people that have been in our show, Momentos in YouTube, after the show, they had the opportunity to interact with film directors from Hollywood and many other places. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody is watching the show in LA or New York, somewhere, and they would become interested in you, because sometimes they just need to know that you are there, and you are there, and you are very talented. And this is not me saying. There
thank
are
you.
a lot of people that I know that they know you, and they made lots of comments. I'm sorry I didn't tell you that before, but I talked with a lot of people that they were really amazed by the type of work that you do. And I think Hollywood is missing you. And if they don't call you, they I would be surprised. If they don't call you soon, I would be surprised, because they should see your artwork. That is incredible. So tell
Wow,
me,
thank you, Abel. You're
yeah,
making me blush.
I am honest. I am always honest with my audience. Moments in YouTube that they are watching. If you're an actor, director, film director, and you want to be in this show, this is the show, guys, to be. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is a spontaneous type of show. So if we make any mistakes when we talk, and especially me, that English is my second language, please forgive me for that, because we are trying to do the best. We are trying to introduce in this show the best actors, the best artists, the best special effects specialists. So you can see what our film industry has to offer. And today we are with Hilario Rodríguez, our special guest. Hilario, tell me about your projects. What's your plan? I know you were again in this movie, fantastic movie of Ricardo Isla that is coming soon. I think it's going to come very soon, because I talked with Ricardo. He says that he's finishing the editing with his team, and we would like to see this movie because it's amazing. Everybody has to watch this movie. Everybody,
That was a
because
lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun, and everything you did for this movie, Hilario, all the artwork that you did is amazing. And let me ask you, what's your next project, Hilario?
Right now, the next project. Well, right now I've been doing a lot of prop work, because besides doing the special effects, I do get hired to bring a lot of weapon props and stuff like that. And as a matter of fact, later on today at about 4 o'clock, I got this prop over here that's sitting right next to me, right there. That's
show,
another.
show it to me. I couldn't see it very well, but if you can show, yeah. Oh, look at that! Wow, what's that?
It's a body in a bag.
Oh,
A guy's
okay.
doing a short film, and he wanted me to make him something like this. So it's like, okay, I got you. But yeah, most of the time I get I get called in to show, give a lot of these props. I got a lot of these toys here.
Wow, look at that! Wow,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
and
So
so yeah, they
you made them, or you bought them? That
No, those are bought. Those are. So I spent a lot of my money on buying, the props for certain films, because sometimes they're doing gangster films, or they're doing paramilitary films, and I got all the gear for that. I mean, besides the short films, the one that I'm working on is it's a wolf project, and we're still getting all the details on it. I'm working on the costumes for it, and It's intense.
I
it's
believe.
gonna be a short series, but hopefully, we can turn it into something a lot more. But yeah, it's just getting everything together is pretty. That's going to be the main project for the rest of the year right now.
So, Hilario, I have a question. Many people usually after the show they are asking, how can we contact our guest? Can you tell us, please, how can you be contacted by them? Do you have an email? You don't need to spell it. Just tell us, and we will put it on the screen.
Yes, I have an email. It's Hilario Rodriguez at yahoo.com. Small case letters, double L, and no spaces. Or you can just contact me through Facebook, and I have my phone number on there. I keep it on there. I'm very transparent about it. So.
Sounds good, Hilario. But this has been a pleasure, a great interview with you. It's very difficult. Yeah, it's incredible. The fact that I contacted you, it's amazing. Because you don't meet people that they do special effects every single day. I meet a lot of actors, film directors, film coordinators, but special effects is something different. And that's why for me, and especially for our audience at Moments in YouTube, was a special interview that everybody was waiting for with Hilario Rodríguez, our special guest today from Chicago. Hilario, it has been a pleasure to have you today as a guest in Moments in YouTube. I thank you so much. It was an amazing opportunity to know more about you. Thanks a lot and have a nice weekend.
You too. Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine, Abel. Take care. God bless.
God bless you.